This game is rated M for mature.
G'day guys, StevieTheAussie here, signing in for the next portion of my Let's Play for BioShock. In the last episode we ventured here to Fontaine Fisheries and met up with Peach Wilkins, who actually gave us the little mission of going to find the research camera in the Wharf Master's office. Or was it the Harbor Master? Whatever. But that's what we're doing this episode, so let's get into it. So we're going to go up here and... oh, what's this? Splicers in the water. I wonder what we're gonna do. Probably that. And that. Which is actually the same thing twice, but whatever. So because we're actually going to have to venture to the research camera for a little while, I thought I'd actually talk a little bit about Peach Wilkins, the guy who's actually giving us this mission. So Peach Wilkins actually came down from the surface to be part of Andrew Ryan's great chain, essentially making him one of the workers here at Fontaine Fisheries. Oh.
Seems like old Peach knows where to find a research camera. He seems a decent enough sort. No doubt he'll wait until after you've done his errands to stick a shiv in your
Well, of course he would, because if he stuck a shiv in my belly before I did the errands, these errands wouldn't be done. Atlas, I mean, come on, that's a smart thing to do. So anyway, yeah, potentially because of Peach, Fontaine and his men, because he didn't have friends, he had men. Fontaine and his men were actually found by Andrew Ryan and his men. So potentially because that's because of Peach Wilkins. So because of that, Peach is actually paranoid that Frank Fontaine, the long dead Frank Fontaine, is still alive and out to get him. And I guess you can sort of think that he might believe that we're actually working for Frank Fontaine, which would explain why he doesn't really trust us too much. There we go again. So yeah, that's pretty much how that works with Peach. So yes, let's venture on to find the research camera and then get a ship stuck in our belly. I'm gonna go this way. Oh, hello. Oh, come on, man. Where are you? Yeah, you're not gonna use that, but you are gonna blow me up somehow. Are you still dropping grenades? Come on. No, you're not still dropping grenades, because he is. Ow. Well, that could have worked out better. But hey, they're all dead and I'm still alive, so... it worked out. Somehow. In some form. Oh, and what's this? We are going under the walkway. We are breaking the rules. We are going under the walkway. You're supposed to walk on top of the walkway, but we are going under it. We are a badass. We are breaking the rules. Fontaine must go.
Something must be done about Fontaine. While I was buying buildings and fish futures, he was cornering the market on genotypes and nucleotide sequences. Rapture is transforming before my eyes. The great chain is pulling away from me. Perhaps it's time to give it a tug.
Perhaps. Now look at this, these two don't even see us. Now if I do this just right... see, he doesn't even see us. That won't usually work if you try and use a machine gun, because usually it'll take more than a few bullets to take him down, and his friend will notice you. But if you take him out in one shot like that, he doesn't even see you. Well, if you take his friend out in one shot, he doesn't even see you. Alright, so where are we gonna go next? Search you. Are we gonna search you? No, because we already searched you. No, we're gonna search your pistol. Yes, we're gonna search your pistol and get 1 round from it. Search you and get nothing. Pick up that first aid kit because somehow we destroyed that first aid station. Grab the proximity mines. And I love just talking about what's on screen. Alright, so here we go with the Big Daddy. And some more splicers. Yay! For some reason this doesn't seem to work. Making them shoot the Big Daddy doesn't make the Big Daddy hit on them. Which is certainly something you want to do. You want a big lumbering shit like him hitting on you. And we're going to freeze this time. Because now we can use it against the Big Daddy. Alright, let's try and get stuff together here. Okay, I think I'm pretty ready here. Alright. Ow. I think I'm hurt. Come on, hurry up and die. Go away. Oh, come on, that little bit of health. That little bit of health takes 2 bullets to shoot it down. Alright. So search his research. Whoa, what the? Search his riv gun. Oh, great. New diary. Picked up Timmy H.
Now the eggs are in the scramble. We picked up Timmy H right after midnight. Either Ryan will be taking down Fontaine, or Fontaine will be taking down Ryan. We'll be interviewing poor Timmy near Fontaine Fisheries. If you're up for entertainment, the code's 5380.
Torture's always entertained. You even have to ask. So let's rescue this little sister. Yay! Another rescued little sister.
Thank you. Thank you.
And here we go. Masha, come home.
Darling Masha, we don't know what has happened to you. Ryan's men have taken you away and said you are needed to save Rapture. Who needs a child to save a city? But I see these little girls crawling out of this vent, and I only wonder if you might one day crawl out of this vent and find this note. We look for you, but if you find it, come to us at the Fighting McDonald's in room number 7. The code to our room is 7533. We miss you, our darling child.
That's really sad. That really is. So Mariska Lutz, she was actually married to her husband Samuel Lutz, who actually had their daughter Masha Lutz, who was actually the little girl that was just being talked about in that audio diary. Now, Masha Lutz was actually taken by Andrew Ryan and his men and turned into a little sister. And due to Su Chong, who was actually one of the leads on the creation of the Little Sisters and the Big Daddies, because of his mental conditioning, she actually completely forgot her parents, which is also really sad. So it's also an indicator of the sort of things Ryan was willing to do to create his perfect world. Effectively destroy families. And speaking of Andrew Ryan, watch Fontaine.
This Fontaine fellow is somebody to watch. Once he was just a menace, to be convicted and hung. But he always manages to be where the evidence isn't. He's the most dangerous type of hoodlum. The kind with vision.
And we all know how dangerous those can be. Alright, so this security camera, unfortunately, you won't be able to hack it because it's simply too high up. But we'll actually find that in a little bit Destroyed security cameras can actually have a bit of a use themselves, but still typically I tend to try and keep them active and working for me. Fortunately we can hack this one. Yay! Such a security, why am I saying security everything? Everything that begins with an S, I'm saying security. Security, security, security. I don't know why. Like, literally, everything that begins with an S, somehow I think it's security. Like, if these were stag grenades, I'd call them security grenades. Alright, so the Wharfmaster's office. This is where we're going to find the research camera.
The research camera looks just like one you'd see topside. According to this magazine article I scrounged up, it can also analyze genetic information, parse biological structures, lots of other $5 words.
That you can use to make great sentences. Alright, so this area here in the Wharfmaster's office, you want to be careful because this particular room right ahead of us is littered with security units. And if you actually are, if you're actually skillful, you'll be able to take control of all of them and essentially gain complete control of this area. Alright, so for the security units that we can take control of are this one, this one, this one, and then this one, and then finally this one. And none too soon. So I'm just gonna stay out of the way here and let all my magnificent security units blow into bits. Okay, they're dead. It's a little overkill, mate. Alright, so that'll probably, all that hacking will probably look a lot faster and more impressive in post, but to me that was just a slow pain in the ass process. But doing successfully will pretty much guarantee you control over this area. But if you screw it up, you might end up having to destroy them all, so you'll just end up with a lot less ammo and a lot fewer health kits and no security units. Alright. So search all this, and then something to make sure you don't miss is this. And another thing to make sure you don't miss is the security camera up to the top right here. And I find I'm actually accentuating the word the word R, the letter R in all of my words for some reason. I don't know why. I'm just accentuating it a lot. A few machine guns and have my badge.
Hanging now, is it? That's what we've come to? Now look, I don't make the laws here, I just enforce them. But I didn't come to Rapture to string men up for running contraband. If Ryan and his crew have their law, then they can have my badge.
So if you haven't guessed already, Ryan's the sort of person who likes to make examples of people using a rope or a gun or some other sort of bloody or death creating device. So we got the safe, we're gonna hack it. Inside we find a lot of shit. So where are we for time? We're not doing too bad. So through here we'll find the Wharfmaster's office itself, and I actually want to do this. A lock. Very observant. Nothing. We don't want those Bibles apparently. Clearly Jack is not a Christian nor a Catholic. I'm not exactly certain which he is. Alright, so here we go with the Wharfmaster's office after we check these smugglers' crates. And pick up this. Machine gun rounds, which we didn't have room for anyway. Interrogation room. Session in progress when light is on.
Jesus loves me, this I
Ooh, look at this.
for
Hello, research camera. So the research camera will essentially allow you to take photos of your enemies and research them to get special bonuses.
Good. You got the camera. Now get me some snaps on those Spider Splicers. And don't come back down here till you've got my research.
We won't, Peach. Don't worry. Don't worry. Okay, so essentially the research camera, as I said, will allow you to take photos of your enemies, and taking photos of them will yield upgrades. So, like for example here, when I take a photo of the Spider Splicer here, what you want to aim for is nice centered photo, nice size, all that sort of stuff. Just like taking a photo in real life. So as you can see, when you take the photo, this little screen comes up. You get a rank of the photo, so this photo is ranked A because it's a nice size and it's in focus and all that sort of stuff. And according to the rank, you gain a little bit of research. So the research bar down there, you've seen it filled up, and each time it fills up, you gain a new level. Now there are 5 levels for each of the subjects that you can take. You can take photos of all the different types of splicers. You can also take photos of Big Daddies, Little Sisters even, as well as all the security units. So each of them specifically have their own separate 5 levels of research. And each level for each of them will actually yield bonuses in the form of telling you their weakness. So for example, Spider Splicers are vulnerable to anti-personnel rounds. It will also give a damage boost as well as gene tonics. So I believe there are 2 out of 5 of the research levels that will yield gene tonics. The others will yield damage boosts. So as you can see, sometimes when you take a photo up in the top right, it might actually show either a penalty or a bonus. Bonus can be yielded for taking an action shot or having multiple subjects in the photo, but you might also get a penalty for something like, say, the subject's already been photographed or the subject is dead. So yeah, you get more points for taking photos of alive subjects that are well in focus and all that sort of stuff, and having multiple subjects in the photo. And doesn't have to be like 2 Spider Splicers; it can just be 2 enemies. So that's pretty much it. Each enemy. Although I don't know why the Little Sisters, they're not actually enemies. And as you can see, the more times you take a photo of a subject, the less points you get for it. And he disappears. So that's actually one of the 3 Spider Splicer photos we actually need. And you know how I was talking about with the destroyed research cameras, you can actually get more film for your camera from there. But now that we're at about 20 minutes, I think that we're actually end this episode off here. So in the next episode, we will be venturing on to find our next 2 Spider Splicer photos. So I hope you guys can join me for that. But for now, this is StevieTheAussie signing out. Good day and goodbye.